Honorable Chair, distinguished members of the committee, and my fellow Kenyans, I salute you. My name is Pamfil Omondi. I am an education activist, and I had several submissions, but some of them have been submitted here, like the one that they have submitted here on renewable source of energy. I wanted that to be exempted from tax because for the good job that they are doing. Like from the village where I come from, just shortly, Bwana Chair, let me say this. I stayed 7 days before calling my mother or my mother talking to me, and she was sick, simply because she could not charge her phone because there was no electricity. And a neighbor of mine came, knew that the mother was sick, called me, and then from there, I ran very fast and installed the Sun King. Thank you so much. Since then, we communicate, and she's doing well. So that is what I wanted to say, that what they are doing actually is for the poor in the village who cannot be connected to electricity. So, Bwana Chair, if there is one thing you can do for this country, listen to them, what they have said. That's what I wanted to say. Secondly, I am an educationist. And what I want to say is that about bread, Bwana Chair, I know there are very many things in our tax, in the bill. And what I want to say is that the demanding increase of managing the economy of our country, indeed we need to pay taxes. As a Kenyan, I pay tax, and I cannot run away from it. And many Kenyans are also doing that, and we cannot run away from it. But if there is one thing, Bwana Chair, that I want to request you, hii mkati, tafadhali isiwekwe tax. Mimi nimefanya kazi na wanafunzi, ninafanya kazi na mashule, hata leo asubuhi, one of the school principals, where I am one of the board members of that school, when I told her that I'm coming, alisema, tukipiga hesabu ambao tutaenda kufanya kununua mikati ya shule, itakuwa mingi sana. Because if this bread is taxed, one bread is going to increase by 10 to 12 shillings. That is 400 kilograms. And if I give just an example of a model of this school, where I was talking to this principal this morning, this school, girls' school somewhere in Busia County, they use 300 pieces of bread every day. Na tukapiga hesabu tukaona ya kwamba ikiongezwa kwa shilingi 10, which means there's an extra of 3,000 shillings every day. Multiplied by 7 days. That is 21,000 shillings every week. Multiplied by 14 weeks in a term. It is far away beyond. So, Bwana Chair, ukitaka kutusikiza kwa hii mambo ya mkati, tutashukuru sana. Na hayo tu ndio nimekuja kusema ya kwamba hata ukiangalia kwa private schools ambazo tunazo hapa nchini, utapata kwamba ikifika saa 4, 90% ya hawa watoto wanatumia mikati. Kwa sababu ukiangalia the other things like ngwashe and what, they are far much ahead. Iko na bei ghali sana. So many schools and many children are consuming. Some of them, even this is the only meal that they consume in a day. Like there is a school in Kibera where I was on Friday. I went there to see some of the children there. We are having some initiative to feed them. You find that this child, if he's given this breakfast, a bread and a black tea, that is the only meal they will have in that day. It's not that we are running away from tax, but we are looking at things that will enable these children to stay at school. So, Bwana Chair, hapo naomba hiyo mkati ambayo unaona, tafadhali, I know it is very sweet, but tafadhali usihakikishe ya kwamba iko tax free, so that this child akipata mkati, a bite, can go to school. In my village, Sikarira Primary School, a very interior school where people don't have shoes. There is a time we went there with some bread. Do you know that many children came to school who didn't want to come to school? So let us ensure that we keep these children at school, because some of them, they come because of this piece of bread. So I want to urge you, Bwana Chair and your committee, tafadhali, hii kitu ni ya muhimu sana kwa hawa wanafunzi wa Kenya ambao wanaketi pale shuleni. Tusifanye mashule zifunge, even the private schools securing bread. They are likely to close down because of the cost of just this simple thing that we are seeing. So I want to stop there, and I want to thank you. And I know by the time you'll be going back to Parliament, you will tell them that bread will be exempted from the task, and we Kenyans, we shall be very happy. Thank you so much for the good job that you are doing.
Asante, asante. You really made a spirited fight for bread. So let me guide, the parliamentary practice. Do you know why we don't clap? It is because everyone feels that they are comfortable to say their views without being cheered or jeered. So, hiyo makofi kwa ya mwisho. Ukisikia umefurahi sana, wewe smile. Ukisikia umekasirika, wewe kunja sura. So that someone who comes and presents and has a different view from the rest can feel free to make their views heard. Okay? Thank you very much, Omondi, for your spirited fight for bread. we've had, but I think your ask is not to exempt, it is to zero rate. Asante sana, Omondi. And it seems the renewable energy people have also a supporter in Omondi. Michael from next councillor.